Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Lower League Talk. This is episode number 5. I was going to upload episode number 5 to the actual Lower League Talk channel, but it wouldn't make much sense at the minute because there's only one episode on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the rest of the episodes I've already done throughout the week, and then next week, some point, the newest episode of Lower League Talk will be uploaded to that channel. So if you're not already, go and subscribe to it. It's on my channel. If you click on my channel, and it's on one of the featured channels there, or I'll put a link in the description below. So a slightly shortened down episode this week because there was no championship, no football league show for us to look at any highlights, and there was a few games in League One that were also postponed due to, I think, international call-ups as well. So not really many games to go this week. Or to cover this week, which was why the Football League show was cancelled. Now I can sort of understand this week why it was cancelled, because there's a few games in League 1 also being called off. But normally there's a full fixture in League 2, there's a full fixture in League 1, and the Championship isn't on, and they cancel it, and people have been absolutely outraged about this. Now as a lower league fan, you want to see your team's highlights, and it's not right that you're put on a show called the Football League show where they cover all of the Football League, and as soon as one division's not playing, they cancel the whole show. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's like someone getting voted off on The Voice, so they're going to cancel it. They're not going to put it on next week because someone's favourite or a few people aren't going to watch anymore because someone's been voted off. It's like the British Bake Off. Someone gets voted off. Oh, no, we won't put it back on then. If people aren't going to watch because they liked him, we're not going to bother anymore. What's the point? Just play it. What's the point in calling it the Football League show if you're not going to cover the Football League? It's the whole Football League. It's not just the Championship. It's not called the Championship show. If you're going to do that, you might as well just call it the Championship show if you're just going to cancel it. It's absolutely ridiculous in my eyes. But at the end of the day, I suppose it's all about ratings. I mean, I think people who watch Championship football are still going to watch League 1 and 2 because there's a lot of people out there that take an interest to it. You'll find that a lot of lower league fans actually appreciate all of lower league, not just their own team or their own division. I know it's about ratings, but in my eyes it's ridiculous. And yeah, it's something that I'm not happy about. There's a petition, I think, going around, or something going around at the minute. I'll try and find a link, and if I can, I'll put that in the description. You can go and have your little rants about that. Or, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also on Twitter, let us know what you think of it there. That's at Lower League Talk. You can have your say, as always, on social media there. So, let's get into League 1, the fixtures that were played this week. So, we've got Bradford 1, Yeovil 3, Bristol City 2, Scunthorpe 0, Crawley 0, Rochdale 4. What a result that is for Rochdale. Oldham 1, Fleetwood 0, Peterborough 3, Port Vale 1, Peterborough carrying on with their amazing start to the season so far, and Walsall 0, Colchester 0. On Friday night, Coventry beat Gillingham 1-0, which was obviously the return to the Ricoh Arena. Got off to a winning start, which was nice to see. Seen a little bit of the game, but not too much. I think I've seen up to when they scored, then sort of turned it off. But yeah, it was a really good atmosphere. But, are them fans going to be back again? Who knows? At the end of the day, it's still the same owners that are in charge, and their fans are lining their pockets. Now the fans are happy, they're just going to keep lining the owners' pockets, and the owners won't leave while that's happening. So, in other news, Andy Butler's returned to Walsall on loan. The former skipper that rejected a contract there in the summer has returned from Sheffield United on a month's loan. What else do we have? We've got Matt Sadler has rejoined Crawley on loan for a month. Queen's Park Rangers winger Michael Petrasso has signed for Leyton Orient on a 1-month loan as well. And Coventry boss, talking of Coventry, Stephen Pressley has signed a new 4-year deal at the club. I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted with that because he's done absolute wonders there with everything that's been going on. So let's take a quick look at next week's fixtures, or tomorrow's fixtures even, and then we'll have a quick look at the league table. So Barnsley take on the MK Dons, Bradford are at home to Swindon, Bristol City versus Doncaster, Chesterfield versus Scunthorpe, Coventry are back at home again versus Yeovil, Crawley take on Fleetwood, Crewe versus Port Vale, Leyton Orient versus Colchester, Oldham versus Gillingham, Peterborough versus Notts County, Sheffield United versus Rochdale, and Walsall versus Preston. So if we take a look at the league table, After 6 games, you've got Peterborough and Bristol City still leading the way. Peterborough on 15 points, followed very closely by Bristol City on 14. There's only a 3-point gap between the automatic places in the playoffs. Fleetwood on 11, and then the rest of the teams in the playoffs sit on 10 points. That's MK Dons, Bradford and Chesterfield. Just outside of the playoffs, you've got Preston, Coventry, Barnsley, Swindon, Oldham and Yeovil all on 8 and 9 points respectively. So you've got Crewe at the bottom, still on no points. Not got a single point from 6. They've played 5 games, but still, at the minute they're 5 points from from safety after 5 games in the season. So if they don't win that game in hand, they're in a lot of trouble if people around them pick up good results already. I don't think I'll be talking about people getting relegated this early in the season, but Crewe could be in trouble. Hopefully for their sake they sort it out. They've got great youth facilities there, as I mentioned every week. But maybe that, they need a little bit of experience to come through or to be brought in to the squad to help out a little bit. Colchester on 2 points, Scunthorpe and Walsall on 4 points. That makes up the relegation places. Just above the relegation zone at the minute, we've got Port Vale, Crawley, Leyton Orient and Gillingham. Sheffield United are quite close as well, but they're sort of mid-table. So that is League One done with. If you've got any says on League One, then feel free to put it in the comments below, or as I say, tweet us on Twitter. That's at LowerLeagueTalk. So we now move on to League 2. So from Saturday we had the early kickoff. Luton 0, Plymouth 1. Didn't get to see that. Was at work. That's a really good result for Plymouth. Luton's not a nice place to go to, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's a great result for Plymouth, which keeps up their good start to the season. Accrington 3, Tranmere 2, Carlisle 4, Wimbledon 4. See, that would have been fantastic to put on the Football League show. That would have been so good. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So a great game there at Carlisle. Dagenham 0, Northampton 2, which I'll come on to a little bit later on. Exeter 1, Mansfield 4. Mansfield 2, sorry. Can't get that 4 all out of my head. Exeter 1, Mansfield 2. Hartlepool 2, Shrewsbury 0. Morecambe 0, Cheltenham 0. Southend 1, Oxford 1. Stevenage 2, York 3, which is a good result for York. They've had a really impressive start to the season. And Wickham 0, Bury 0. So, if we take a look at Sunday's results, it was Burton 2, Portsmouth 0. Burton again going very strong this year. I think I said that they'd be up there, and it proves that they're going to be. For the last few years now, they've been hovering in and around the playoffs, and currently they're sitting top. There's no reason why they can't get automatic promotion this year. Got a really good squad there. Great stadium. I'm sure they could get a few more fans going in. It's not in a bad place, just around the Derby area. So, I'm sure there's a lot of people that they could attract if they went up a division, and it'd be good for obviously the football club and the surrounding area too. So that's a big result against Portsmouth as well, because they're one of the better teams I've seen this season. And yeah, the last couple of games Portsmouth have picked up losses. They lost to Newport 1-0 at home, and now Burton as well. So not quite sure what's happening to Portsmouth at the minute. It seems that win against us sort of, maybe they thought they were too good. I don't know, but 2 losses on the bounce for them. Newport 1, Cambridge 1, which I think was on telly. It was on Monday night. I didn't get a chance to catch that, but 1-1 draw between Newport and Cambridge. So if we look at the league table, as I said, Burton sitting on 16 points, 2 points clear of Cheltenham in second, who also have a points gap over Morecambe, who are third, which makes up the automatic promotion spot. In the playoffs, all teams are on 11 points. We've got Shrewsbury, Wickham, Bury and Northampton are in the playoffs. I know it's still early, but it looks good. It took us till mid-October, or was it mid-November, to get that amount of points last year, and we've already got it after 6 games this year. So that's, after last year's. It's really, really good to see. Plymouth and Portsmouth are on 10 points. Mansfield on 9 and 10th. If we look at the other end, Exeter and Oxford are on 2 points in the relegation zone. Carlisle, Accrington, Luton and Newport are hovering just outside. It's really tight at the bottom actually. There's only 3 points between 24th and 19th. So if we have a look at the coming fixtures for this week, we've got Accrington versus Wimbledon, Burton versus York, Carlisle versus Bury, Dagenham versus Cambridge, Exeter versus Oxford, Hartlepool versus Tranmere, Luton versus Cheltenham, Morecambe versus Plymouth, Newport versus Northampton, Southend versus Portsmouth, Stevenage versus Shrewsbury, and Wickham versus Mansfield. Now I'm going to do my little cobblers bit for the week. As I said, up into the playoffs after 6 games. I know it's really early still, but it's a fantastic start. The only real game that I think I've been disappointed with so far was the Portsmouth game that I mentioned. We went away and lost 2-0 and got absolutely hammered by Portsmouth, and they looked really good. But now you're seeing teams pick up points against Portsmouth, especially Newport beating them away. Our away form towards the end of the season was really good. So for us to lose, quite unconvincingly the last time I went to Portsmouth was really really disappointing. We picked it up again with a 2-0 win at Dagenham, and our form at Dagenham is really good. We've played 5 times there, won 5, conceded none, and scored 8 goals. And people, if you follow sort of what happened at the end of last season, we went there, the penultimate game of the season. We were in the relegation zone, and I think we could have, if we'd have lost that, we'd have been in trouble. And we ended up picking up a 3-0 win. Ivan Toney, the young lad, 18 years of age, scored an overhead kick and a diving header. And Ian Morris got a fantastic volley, which come off his shin, but we'll take it from the edge of the box. And yeah, we have a really good record at Dagenham. It's a really good hunting ground for us to go to. And yeah, again, we went there and absolutely dominated. Watched the highlights on Cobbler's player, and yeah, for the first half, you could tell people were saying like it's the best first half they've seen from us for a very, very long time. And if you actually look at the highlights on YouTube or on the website, I think Dagenham had 1 or 2 highlights like the whole of the first half, and they weren't even like close chances. They were like chances that were from outside the box. We were sort of distancing them to long shots. And all of our play was really good build-up play. It was really good passing movement, good play from the wide men to set up Mark Richards for his first goal. It was Kaib Mohammed that got the first assist. And then from a corner, Mark Richards just uses a bit of power, a bit of aerial threat to put a header into the bottom corner. And from there on, getting 2 goals away from home, I think it's a very professional performance to pick up a result and a clean sheet too, which is maybe something we didn't do too much last year. So I think that is probably going to wrap it up for this episode. There wasn't as much to talk about this week because of the championship. Let me just have a look at the championship actually while I'm here. Is there anything actually been happening? Oh yeah, Birmingham have signed Stokes, Breck Shea for an undisclosed fee. Nope, that's not right. For a 3-month loan. So he's quite good. I think he's played internationally for the USA. So I think he'll be quite a good signing for Birmingham. Maybe something that they'll need. Dean Ambrose, he's a wrestler. Darren Ambrose has signed for Ipswich for the 3rd time, keeping him at Portman Road till just after January. So that's good. He used to be a good player. I think, did he play for, who was it? Palace, wasn't it? And yeah, he was linked to Premier League clubs at one point. So we'll see how he gets on there. Anyone else I'm missing here? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, the Leeds job is vacant at the minute. Obviously after Hockaday got the sack, a few people actually have been showing a bit of interest in it. Most notably, Robbie Fowler and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank have both put in applications, and apparently they want to. I don't know if they're going to hold talks or whatever, but I'm not quite sure if they're going to get interviews or if there's anyone else interested. I don't know what sort of managers are going to be interested in it, because at the minute it seems a big mess. But Hasselbank and Fowler have both played there. And yeah, Hasselbank seems really confident. He says he's got the experience to take the club forward. He knows he can take the club back to where they need to go. So he seems confident that he can do a good job there. And I'm sure if he came across like that to the chairman would really like him. He liked Hockaday, said that he had a vision for him. Didn't quite work out, but if Hasselbank's going to walk into the interview and be really confident I'm sure the chairman's going to love that. And obviously he's played for Leeds before. He's a bit of a Leeds legend or icon. And yeah, I'm sure the chairman would like to give him a go. But we'll see what other managers are in charge. You never know. He could end up hiring someone from a Sunday League club. We don't know with this chairman. So we will see. But I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this episode. As always, if you've got any thoughts or comments or anything like that, leave it in the comments below. Follow us on Twitter at LowerLeagueTalk. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.